Add-on Solutions. Add-on Desires.
Hello viewers, welcome to Add-on Solutions Daily News Analysis session. I am Lokesh Penugunda. This session is designed while keeping in mind the needs of aspirants preparing for banking, groups and such other examinations. First article is talking about electoral bonds. First, electoral bonds are introduced in financial bill of 2017 and it was notified in 2018. So what are the electoral bonds and what are the advantages of electoral bonds? Electoral bonds are a financial instrument for making donations to the political parties. These bonds are issued in the multiples of 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore without any maximum limit. State Bank of India is authorized to issue and encash these bonds which are valid for 15 days from the date of issuance. Now we'll see how it works. Let's say you are a person A and you want to donate some particular amount of money as political fund to a political party A. To donate money to this political party, if the money is less than 2,000 rupees, you can directly provide this amount by cash. If it is more than 2,000 rupees, you can only donate this particular amount by electoral bonds. So this is a new scheme for donation of money to political parties. So what would happen is, if you want to donate particular amount, you can go to State Bank of India branches which are notified by the government. That is, only few banks of State Bank India will provide these electoral bonds. You go there, you will pay the amount, then you will receive an financial instrument like a bond. So this bond or this paper will have only the details of the amount and some other bank related details. It will not have your name, and you can donate this bank receipt to the political party which have some eligibility. It should have some eligibility to receive this particular amount. So after receiving this bond or the receipt, this political party will use this bond to collect cash from the State Bank of India. So this is the basic crux of it. So now we'll see the other statistics and other features of this bond. These bonds are redeemable in the designated accounts of registered political parties. That is, these bonds can only be used for encashing in designated accounts of registered political parties. The bonds are available for purchase of any person or Indian incorporated firm for a period of 10 days each in the months of January, April, July, October or some other date as specified by the central government. So, as seen earlier, you can go to the specified State Bank of India branches and after paying the particular amount, you can collect these bonds. But these bonds can only be bought by the State Bank of India branches in particular days as said by the central government. As seen here, it can be brought in January, April and such other months as specified by the central government. Also, these bonds can only be donated to political parties which have registered themselves under Representation of Peoples Act 1951 and they have secured not less than, that is more than or equal to 1% of valid votes polled in last assembly or Lok Sabha elections. So only political parties which are eligible under these two norms can only receive the money under electoral bonds. This is the basic crux. Next is an article talking about CAATSA. So what is this CAATSA? CAATSA stands for Countering American Adversaries through Sanctions Act. Through Sanctions Act. So what is this act? America has made a law, that is CAATSA Act. This is to sanction the countries which are adversarial, which are enemy-like to America. So what are the countries which are sanctioned under this act? These are North Korea, Iran and Russia. Only these three countries are put under sanctions under the CAATSA Act. Also, if any country is having significant transactions or trade with these three countries in defense deals, then these countries can also be sanctioned. That is, let's say India has bought S-400. This is generally missile defense equipment. We bought it from Russia, and Russia, which is already under sanctions under the CAATSA Act, if India has brought a significant defense equipment from Russia, India can be sanctioned under this new act by USA. So this is what CAATSA does. Next, Tanzania mounts after Magufuli's sudden death. Who is Mr. Magufuli? Magufuli is the president of Tanzania. Where is Tanzania? Tanzania is located in the East Africa. Here you can see Tanzania. It is an East African country bordering Indian Ocean. Its capital is Dodoma, and it is bordering with Kenya, Mozambique, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda. So, Mr. John Magufuli, who was president of this country, has recently died. From the prelims perspective, we need to understand only the headquarters of Tanzania and where it is located. Next, top Indian paddlers book their tickets for Tokyo Games. In this article, it is saying that Indian singles table tennis players have qualified for Tokyo Olympics. So who are the singles table tennis players who qualified? One is Mr. Sharath here. Second is Satyan. Third is Mr. Sutirtha. Fourth is Miss Manika. So these are the four athletes who are qualified to play in the Tokyo Olympics. Next, India 13 spots down in the Global House Price Index. So there is an index called Global House Price Index. This index is provided by Knight Frank. This index provides about the increase or decrease in the real estate value or the home prices in various countries. India in quarter 3 of 2020 was ranked 43. But due to decrease in the value of the houses, India's rank has fell down from 43 to 56. That is, India lost 13 ranks in the quarter 4 of the 2020. So you should take note of who gives this index and what is the ranking of India. Next, not against grant of bail to RIA. This is said by NCB. What is NCB? NCB is the Narcotics Control Bureau. So how was it constituted? That is, how is it established? It is established by the government in 1986 under the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. Under this act, the government has set up Narcotics Control Bureau. It is a apex coordinating agency under Ministry of Home Affairs. That is, it works under Ministry of Home Affairs. Next, what it does? It works on creating awareness against the use of drugs, and also it will penalize those who are taking drugs. Also, you should note that drug abuse control is the responsibility of the central government, and NCB's headquarters is at Delhi. So these are the various points you need to take note of. That is, first, it is established under 1985's Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. Next, it works under Ministry of Home Affairs. Next, it is responsibility of the central government to take care of the drug abuse control. Next, it is headquartered in the Delhi. So this is the end of this session. Thank you.
Add-on solutions. Add-on desires.